How has Selena changed your life?
What do you mean? Look at me. She's the best thing that's ever happened in my life. When I wake up.
No idea what she's talking about, ever.
Selena Gomez is preparing for what should be one of the happiest moments of her life, her wedding. She's focused on her relationship with Benny Blanco and looking forward to their future together. But despite trying to move on, her past keeps showing up in unexpected ways. Her ex-boyfriend, Justin Bieber, seems to keep making appearances, not in person, but through things that feel impossible to ignore, especially his social media posts. While Selena is busy thinking about love, flowers, and the next chapter of her life, Justin is posting cryptic messages online that fans think are aimed directly at her. And just as people were starting to believe the drama had settled down, Hailey Bieber was pulled right back into the conversation, whether she wanted to be or not. Even though Selena is clearly trying to move ahead, the shadows of her past relationship seem to follow her. Whenever she shares something joyful or is seen at a public event, people find ways to connect it back to Justin. Even when she stays completely silent, her actions get picked apart. Everyone starts looking for clues, as if she's secretly sending messages through her behavior. Things get even trickier when you remember that Benny Blanco, the man Selena is set to marry, once had a close friendship with Justin. That fact alone has fans wondering if Selena is truly getting a fresh start, or if this is just another complicated chapter in her life that's being played out in public. In the beginning, things between Selena and Benny felt different. There wasn't any public drama, no rumors of constant fighting, and no signs of a toxic relationship. It just looked like two people enjoying each other's company. Benny often praises Selena during interviews. He doesn't just say nice things to sound good, he seems genuinely in love with her. He talks about how much joy she brings into his life and how he makes it a priority to keep her smiling. It's clear he's trying to be a steady, loving presence for her. This relationship seems calm, which is a big change from what she had with Justin. There are no dramatic arguments or confusing games. When Selena needs some space, she asks for it. When she wants to talk to Benny, she simply sends him a message. He even said in an interview that just knowing she's nearby, even if they're not in the same room, is enough to make him feel at peace. He enjoys being able to yell, "I love you" across the house just to let her know he's thinking of her. It's this kind of quiet love that makes their connection feel safe and different from her past. Still, even the most peaceful relationships aren't completely safe from public attention. When Benny proposed to Selena, most people expected a small, sweet moment between two people in love, and at first glance, it looked like that's exactly what happened. The proposal took place outdoors, just the two of them sitting on a blanket. With a meal from Taco Bell, it seemed simple and genuine, but after a while, people started examining the pictures more closely. The way everything was arranged, the food, the angle, the lighting started to feel too perfect. Some said it looked less like a real proposal and more like a fast food advertisement. That led to jokes online, with many people questioning if it was a real romantic moment or something planned just for attention. Then there's the way Benny talks about Selena in interviews. He doesn't hold back. He keeps repeating how in love he is and how much she means to him. While that can be sweet, doing it too often makes some people feel like he's trying to convince everyone, or maybe even himself. When someone constantly says how great they are as a partner, it can sometimes come across as top dot. Even with all that, many fans still want the relationship to work. Benny criticizes the usual Hollywood-type guys who care too much about their image and fame, but at the same time, he's said some odd things publicly, like admitting he doesn't shower regularly or making strange remarks during interviews. This behavior makes some fans wonder if he's really the perfect guy he claims to be. The engagement itself, while filled with affection, didn't sit right with everyone. People couldn't decide if it was a sweet and private celebration of love or just another example of celebrity life being overly staged. And right when everyone was trying to figure that out, something else stirred the pot. Justin Bieber. While he didn't speak out directly, he started posting cryptic messages on Instagram right around the time Selena's engagement became a trending topic. One of Justin's posts said something along the lines of, "Telling other humans they deserve something is like raising someone else's kids. Who are you to decide what someone should or shouldn't have? God decides what we deserve." This post came shortly after Selena posted something surprisingly kind about Hailey Bieber, saying that her voice and her heart mattered. Given their history of tension, that post from Selena shocked people. Instead of showing support or staying quiet, he shared something that felt bitter. His post sounded like someone trying to express deep emotion, but not in a healthy way. Instead, it felt dramatic, almost like a public breakdown. Justin's Instagram stories started sounding more like sermons. He talked about how only God can decide what people deserve. Then he added a post about loyalty, warning people not to hold on to others out of fear of being alone. The timing of all this was too suspicious for fans to ignore. It happened right after Selena shared a major update in her life. And once again, it looked like Justin couldn't help but react. The posts were vague, but they felt pointed. Fans were quick to guess that they were meant for Selena. Some people think Justin just doesn't know how to handle seeing Selena happy and moving forward without him. Others think he's just emotional and struggling to keep those feelings private. But what's certain is that his posts seem to show up whenever Selena is doing well. Whether it's her engagement or a public moment of peace, Justin always seems to post something right after, and it never feels like a coincidence. Despite everything, Selena hasn't responded. She hasn't posted anything shady, hasn't clapped back, and hasn't said a word about the drama. She's keeping her distance and staying focused. But while Selena remains silent, Hailey Bieber is once again pulled into the middle of it all. She didn't ask to be, but with Selena and Justin both getting attention again, it's almost impossible for her name not to come up. Whether she chooses to stay quiet or speak out, her involvement in this story continues even if she's not. The one causing the drama, Hailey Bieber should have been celebrating a major moment in her life. She had just landed a cover on Vogue and got her skincare line, Rhode, picked up by Sephora. Huge step for her brand and career. It was the kind of accomplishment people dream of. But instead of enjoying the spotlight, things took an odd turn. Justin Bieber, her husband, posted a message congratulating her, but something about it felt off. To a lot of people, it didn't seem heartfelt. Instead, it gave off a weird vibe, almost like he was mocking her instead of being truly happy. For her then, something completely unexpected happened. Selena Gomez liked a post about Hailey's brand and even commented with a message full of kindness. "You matter. Your voice matters. You are worth so much more." Considering their long and complicated past, nobody saw that coming. It felt like a mature, quiet attempt at peace. Selena could have stayed silent, but she chose to support someone who has often been seen as her rival. That kind of public gesture surprised everyone, but, once again, instead of that gesture being welcomed or even ignored, Justin posted something cryptic on Instagram. This time, he said that only God can decide what people deserve. To fans, it felt like he was indirectly reacting to Selena's support of Hailey. The timing of the post made it hard to see it as anything else. It looked like another emotional response wrapped in spiritual words but clearly coming from a place of frustration. This left Hailey stuck in the middle. On one hand, she had her husband, who appeared to be emotionally spiraling. On the other hand, there was Selena, someone who used to be seen as a rival, now offering kindness and maybe even trying to make peace. Hailey hasn't said anything. No posts, no statements, no interviews. But people are paying attention. Online, fans are picking apart her recent appearances, saying her body language looks tense and her facial expressions seem forced. Some believe she's under pressure and emotionally drained, while others say it's unfair to assume anything without her saying it herself. Still, it's hard to ignore the sense that something deeper is going on. This isn't just about old drama between three celebrities. It also includes Benny Blanco, Selena's fiancé, who has a history with Justin too. Benny isn't just any music producer. He's worked closely with Justin, helping him write songs and being there during some of the most chaotic moments in his career. So Benny hasn't just seen Justin's public side, he's witnessed how things worked behind closed doors. In a few interviews, Benny has shared that he's learned a lot from watching how other people, especially close friends and sometimes former friends, have handled their relationships. One quote stood out when he said, "You learn from friends or maybe former friends doing something stupid." It sounded like a direct reference to Justin, even if he didn't say his name. Benny has also said he picks up ideas from others, good or bad, and tries to apply them to his own relationship. When he sees someone do something meaningful for their partner, he takes note and tries it himself. That shows how much thought Benny puts into making things work with Selena. He's not just showing up as himself, he's also learning from her. Past he sees what went wrong before and he's trying to do better. That might seem thoughtful, even romantic, but it also raises a question. Can something really be new if it's being built from the pieces of past mistakes? When someone tries to avoid another person's errors so carefully, Selena is focused on what really matters to her. The wedding plans are moving ahead. Ed Sheeran, a close friend, accidentally revealed that he's been invited to the wedding. Benny later tried to downplay it, saying Ed had just gotten a heads up and nothing official had been sent yet. Whether that was true or just an attempt to control the story, it's clear that they're being cautious about what gets shared publicly. Selena doesn't seem interested in a flashy fairy tale wedding. She's already made it clear there won't be a traditional first dance. She said she finds the whole thing awkward and doesn't want to be in the spotlight like that. That one small detail reveals something important. She still feels shy and vulnerable, even with all her fame. And while the event will definitely attract attention, She wants it to be genuine, not just another red carpet moment behind all the dresses. Flowers and planning, there's something heavier going on. Selena has always been open about her health challenges, especially her struggle with lupus. It's a serious autoimmune disease that affects many parts of her life, including her chances of having children. She's been honest about the risks that pregnancy could bring, and it's not something she hides. Most people in her position would probably keep it private, but Selena has chosen to be real about it. That honesty adds another layer to everything she's doing now. This marriage isn't just a celebration of love, it's a statement about starting fresh after years of pain, heartbreak, and personal battles. So while she's planning her wedding and preparing for a future with Benny, the past is still close behind. Justin's vague Instagram posts, Hailey's silent responses, and Benny's old connection to Justin keep dragging attention back to what Selena is trying to leave behind. No matter how much she avoids the drama, it keeps circling back. Meanwhile, Benny has been clear about his dreams too. He's not just thinking about music or getting married, he's also thinking about starting a family. He said in interviews that he loves being around kids, especially his nieces and nephews. He wants to be a dad one day. Whether that happens through adoption, surrogacy, or another path, both he and Selena seem open to the idea and emotionally prepared for what's ahead. What stands out the most is how honest they are about it. They're not trying to paint a perfect picture for the media. There's no fake storyline or forced romance. It's just two people figuring things out together. But there's something real in how they're handling it. With all the noise surrounding them from old relationships, social media reactions, and endless speculation, they're still moving forward, quietly, thoughtfully, and with the kind of honesty that's hard to find in the spotlight, while everyone on the internet dreams up a picture-perfect wedding for Selena Gomez, one packed with celebrities, luxury gowns, and flashy photo ops. She's quietly going through something far more personal. This chapter of her life isn't about proving anything or living up to public fantasy. It's about building a future that truly represents who she is today. Not the version shaped by headlines, rumors, or social media filters, but the woman who's learned and grown through years of pain, healing, and reflection. She's moved into a space of peace, but that doesn't mean the past has stopped following her around. And it's clear that Justin Bieber hasn't exactly faded into the background either. Through it all, one person has remained by Selena's side without question. Taylor Swift. Their friendship runs deep. It's not built on PR moments or Instagram posts, it's real. Taylor has never shied away from expressing her loyalty. In one interview, she admitted she could forgive people who hurt her, but not someone who hurt Selena. That comment wasn't vague. It was a direct nod to the hurt Justin had caused. It made it clear that Taylor wasn't just Selena's friend in public. She was her defender behind the scenes too. What's more powerful than their public support is what happens when no one's watching. Taylor has been there for Selena during her lowest moments, not for press, not for likes, just to be a friend. Selena has spoken many times about how much Taylor means to her, calling her someone who always shows up when it counts. Recently, the two were seen grabbing dinner together at Monkey Bar in New York. There were no bodyguards hovering, no staged photos, just two women catching up like real friends do. The details of that dinner weren't shared with the world, but you can imagine the weight of the conversation, with Justin's behavior constantly stirring things up, Hailey's name floating back into the mix, and Selena now preparing for marriage. It must have felt like a moment to breathe and unpack everything. Fans like to joke that Taylor is the calm listener, while Selena arrives with a storm of stories. But the truth is, their connection is more like chosen family. Taylor has always had Selena's back, especially when no one else knew what was happening behind the scenes. Still, even with Taylor in her corner, there are things she can't shield Selena from, especially the never-ending noise online. Justin might not say Selena's name, but his actions say plenty. Every time Selena shares something personal, her engagement, a kind post about Hailey, or just a happy moment, he seems to respond. Not directly, but through those vague posts filled with talk about God, destiny, and loyalty. The timing is always suspicious, and fans have caught on.